You can learn a lot about a relationship from one simple feeling. How your body reacts after spending time with someone. Do you feel lighter or emotionally tired? Do conversations leave you calm or mentally drained for hours afterward? A lot of people grew up believing love must feel intense to be meaningful. But emotional maturity changes that idea slowly, because eventually, many people stop looking for relationships that feel exciting for a moment and start valuing connections that feel emotionally healthy long-term. And strangely enough, the right people often feel simpler than expected. Not boring, not magical, just naturally peaceful. Some relationships feel like an interview you never escape from. You keep trying to say the right thing, act the right way, avoid upsetting the other person and maintain connection carefully. That kind of emotional pressure becomes exhausting, especially over time. But healthy connection usually allows people to relax into themselves. You laugh naturally, speak more honestly. You don't rehearse every message in your head before sending it. And small mistakes don't suddenly threaten the entire relationship. That emotional freedom matters more than people realize. Because when someone genuinely accepts your personality, you stop feeling like you must earn basic comfort constantly. And honestly, that changes the entire emotional experience of being around them. One thing emotionally balanced people tend to do well is communicate clearly, not perfectly, clearly. Instead of disappearing without explanation, creating confusion, sending mixed signals, or making people guess how they feel. They create clarity, and clarity creates emotional calm. You know where you stand more often. You don't spend entire nights overanalyzing tiny changes in behavior. There's less emotional guessing. Less tension, less unnecessary stress. And that consistency creates trust naturally over time. Because stable communication makes relationships feel safer emotionally. Not emotionally perfect. Emotionally safe. If you've reached a point where emotional peace matters more to you than emotional intensity, comment. Healthy feels calm. Because many people don't realize how draining emotional confusion becomes until they finally experience something healthier. And in the next video, we're diving into how self-respect quietly changes your confidence, boundaries, and relationships. A powerful sign of healthy connection is this. You don't lose yourself around them. You don't feel pressure to shrink your personality or become someone easier to accept, or hide parts of yourself constantly to maintain approval. Instead, you feel emotionally safer being authentic. And that creates a very different type of closeness. Because genuine connection grows stronger through honesty, not performance. The right people don't require you to become emotionally exhausted just to keep them interested. You're allowed to have boundaries, need space sometimes, express emotions honestly, and still feel respected afterward. That balance creates emotional stability many people never experienced growing up, which is why healthy relationships can feel unfamiliar at first. Now that doesn't mean healthy relationships never face problems. Every connection experiences misunderstandings, difficult moments, stressful seasons, and emotional differences sometimes. But healthy people usually approach problems with teamwork instead of emotional warfare. There's more listening, more patience, more willingness to understand instead of immediately attacking each other emotionally. And honestly, that emotional maturity changes everything. Because when two people stop trying to win the relationship itself becomes stronger. And over time, that kind of connection feels deeply comforting. Not because life becomes flawless, but because the relationship itself no longer feels like constant emotional survival. Sometimes, healing changes your definition of attraction completely. You stop chasing relationships that keep you emotionally anxious, and begin appreciating the people who bring calmness into your life naturally. If this video connected with your own experiences, leave a comment. Peace feels better. I always enjoy hearing what part resonates most with people personally. And next time, we're talking about something that quietly changes the way people treat you, speak to you, and value your presence. Self-respect changes your entire energy, because the relationship you build with yourself eventually affects every other relationship around you. See you in the next video.